boxing.
Beats and rhymes.
No one
can do it better.
It's a small cruiserweight. A foreigner don't speak good English, and nobody's really interested anyway. He's not setting anything alight. I want the big fights that people are interested in, and that ain't one of them.
What if he was to beat Joshua?
Still, it won't be a big fight. He's still a foreigner in a westernised world. The belts are back in the West, and they're going to stay there. And, you know, for whatever it sounds like, the heavyweight champion should be from Britain or America, nowhere else. That's it. Because maybe in Ukraine he might be a big star, but the Britain or America ain't interested in some Ukrainian boxers boxing in Ukraine, and that's the way it is. The heavyweight champion of the world needs to be in the West, and that's it. That's how it goes.
Anyway, Usyk got the last laugh. When we are two old men, Tyson will come to the Ukraine. We are going to be drinking beer, and he will say, "Remember how you beat me twice." Was he saying all that xenophobic crap to avoid Usyk, or did he really believe it? It hasn't aged very well for Tyson, especially when you pull up to late 2024 and Usyk's beaten him twice. Last time out, Paris had a miscarriage. They brought that up. That ain't in the corner. That's been cleared up. Training camp, no distractions. Tyson isolating himself from everybody, including Paris. No excuses. And still took the L. Kate Abdo asked a very important question when Eddie said Tyson Fury will be feeling it, losing to Usyk. And she asked, is it hard when you lose a second time? And Eddie Hearn alluded to AJ losing the second time to Usyk, and Fury's did that as well. And you know, the first time around, you do what you can. Second time, you make the adjustments, and you say you're not going to make the same mistakes as first time around, and you still take the L against someone who's smaller and lighter than you. Like AJ lost his head after the second fight. You're not strong, you're not powerful, how are you beating me? While Fury often referenced Usyk as the middleweight.
It's a small cruiserweight.
You know, Larry Holmes, I guess, went through the same thing when he lost his IBF title to Michael Spinks. Spinks was the undisputed light heavyweight champion, and he defeated Larry twice. Larry retired, he came back eventually, but he was devastated. Skill for skill, it's hard to actually separate Usyk and Fury, but boxing has a lot of different facets to it. Footwork, defense, offense, punching in combination. There were times when Fury would throw a punch, sometimes it would land, and then he'd try and hold because he wasn't prepared to get countered. He didn't want to get countered. He didn't want to be in exchanges where Olexandr was always trying to get the last word in the exchanges. And a lot of people don't understand scoring. If you hold when your hands are free to punch, even if the round is evenly contested, that round could go against you. When Usyk wanted to use defense, he used his feet and moved around the ring. Tyson at 20 stone plus, he didn't really have that option. Tyson's successes were singular shots. Usyk was doubling up his shots, and he stayed on Tyson, stayed on the bigger man. A few swing rounds, but not a robbery. Close fight, Usyk just edged it. I've got a scorecard, but the swing rounds, give or take, just edge it to Usyk. But a very good fight, and Tyson did well to keep that type of tempo going. But he was never going to go punch for punch with Alexander Usyk, the superior athlete. And a lot of people are asking, is Usyk an all-time great? Of course he's an all-time great. He's dominated the cruiserweight division, 4-belt era, undisputed at heavy, in the giant heavyweight era. Yeah, definitely an all-time great. Mid to late rounds, Usyk did his thing. The bigger man got backed up too much. The body work was excellent. His side-to-side movement was excellent. He promised not to leave Fury alone, and he kept his promise. Fury knew it was coming. Fury landed some really good jabs himself. Right-handed power punches. Uppercut, didn't use it enough. Watching it back a second time, it was just as good as watching it the first time. It was a really good fight. Not everyone's type of fight, but for me, I really enjoyed it. Mid to late rounds, Tyson was taking in big gulps of air. You know, he'd throw a shot and then try and hold. Didn't want to exchange because Usyk would have had him in trouble, and he had to watch his gas tank too much. And then Usyk pot shot Tyson Fury. Fury wouldn't really know where he was. Not saying he was hurt, not badly anyway, but he was bemused and outboxed. When he couldn't keep up with the foot speed, the hand speed, he was stumbling all around the place. 115, 113 is the fair call.
12th and final, Fury slowing down. Usyk's hand speed is going to decide it. Good shot from Fury. Fury trying to use his elbow Oh, great shot by Usyk. What a jab that is. Usyk wants the victory. Great jabs by Usyk. Pushing Fury back now. Driving Fury back. Fury whipping out that jab, but it's more a slap really. Fury misses big time. Holding and hitting. Gypsy King knows it's all on the line. Usyk behind that jab. Lands that left hand again. Great stuff. Fury, good 1-2. These two are very well matched. Lots of skills on display. Shot from Tyson Fury. Usyk coming back at him again. Oh, what shot by Usyk! Chopping left hands by Usyk. Tyson Fury trying to come back. Use the bulk. Trying to take the play away from him. Oh, Usyk's hand speed is the decider in these rounds. Crucial rounds. Beautiful jabs by Usyk. Fury mauling, not boxing. Mauling. Fury just not quick enough. Fury just mauling really to the bell. Oh, shot by Olexandr Usyk on the bell. Woo! Let's see what the scorecards say, man. How Usyk was pushing that big man back, driving him back with technique, heart. Darren Barker's got Usyk up. I think AJ's got Usyk up, not by much. Spencer Brown said it was even going into the 12th.
The grandstand finish of Usyk wins again.
Boxing
beats and rhymes.
No one
can do it better.
Who you got for the next fight, Fisher? Or could Dave Allen slip inside that guard and put some combinations together and put him away? You need a good jab to fight Dave Allen, you know. Tony Yoka had a good jab when he was beat Dave. Dillian had a good jab. Luis Ortiz had a good jab. They all had jabs. But Pricey had a bit of a jab on him when he beat Dave, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Dave Allen is finding out today that when you waste your talent, and Dave has talent. Not Olexandr Usyk talent, but he has talent. I couldn't find a receipt where Eddie Hearn went off on one. This was about 7 years ago when Dave fought Lenroy Thomas for the Commonwealth title. Matchroom, Eddie Hearn set it up. Lenroy was beatable, capable Jamaican heavyweight. The plan was to get Dave the Commonwealth title, keep him active, hopefully get him world ranked, and he can be in some big fights, make big money. But Dave had a reputation of goofing off training, lost a split decision, and Eddie went off on one. Can't find a receipt, but he went off on one. And this is the story of Dave's professional boxing career. But apparently, he had a hard training camp for the fight against Johnny Fisher, who went in the ring 12-0 with 11 inside the distance. Dave floored Johnny in the 5th round when Dave got fed up of the low blows and he got angry. He threw this left hook in anger and it hurt Johnny, and he followed up with another right hand, and Johnny was on the canvas and he was hurt badly, and he was hurt several times after that. In the 9th round, Johnny landed a right uppercut, but not on Dave Allen, on himself. Tyson Fury style. Johnny actually leaned into his own right uppercut and he actually seemed to hurt himself. He stumbled off balance after it landed. I can't show you the sequence. I can only show you a screenshot.
Knock yourself out.
After 10 rounds, most people thought Dave Allen won the fight, but they gave it to Johnny Fisher. The moral of the story is when Dave was one of Matchroom's more popular fighters and Eddie put the Commonwealth title on a plate for him against Lenroy Thomas and he didn't train, it's coming back to bite him. Eddie may have used his influence to say, don't let this fucking muppet get the decision. Why didn't he train like that when I had the Matchroom machine behind him? Nah, the Matchroom machine was going to work for Johnny Fisher. He's the guy selling tickets right now. And we're going to cover Moses Atoma. He seems to be the opposite. He's the opposite of Dave. He's making sure he can do what he can in his prime, but it's still early days. And that's what Dave should have done. Applied himself to the task when he was younger, when he was popular, when he had the machine behind him. If he'd done what he was supposed to, the likes of Johnny Fisher probably wouldn't have a contract at Matchroom. But Dave, like a lot of boxers, they seem to think that they have all the time in the world, and they don't. You know, Johnny Fisher, he was billed as a big puncher, but he clearly doesn't punch nowhere near as hard as Eddie Hearn was telling us he did, or maybe what Johnny himself thought. He's not like Fabio Wardley. Both men haven't had a lot of amateur fights, but Fabio seems to compensate for that with an ability to improvise, and he just has natural power. The lack of amateur breeding is actually hurting that kid Johnny, really hurting him. Very raw, and as Eddie said post-fight, he needs work. Now, The question is, for Johnny Fisher, he knows how tough the boxing game is after Saturday. Does he really want it? They say he trains really hard in the gym, and that's where he could possibly make the improvements and maybe do better in his career than Dave Allen, just by pure discipline and hard-headed, single-minded determination. But does he really want it? But Johnny's very tough. He's a rugby player, isn't it? And took some very good shots. But his dad had to whisk him off to the hospital to get a brain scan, just to be on the safe side, because he took probably more punches than they were expecting he was going to yesterday. Baptism of fire. And he was very lucky to get the W. And his old man even told Dave Allen that he thought Dave nicked it.
Oh! Fisher down! Let's see the scorecards. They're going to give it a split. Watch the politics, people. Split. Split decision. Watch. I told ya. Dave can't believe it. All right. Johnny Fisher. No. He spoiled the card for me, man. Spoiled the card for me. I was enjoying the card. He spoiled the flipping card. Teeth in business. Spoiled the card. It's disgraceful decision. BG London laughing out loud. Mateus, not even Fisher believed he won. Anthony McKEAN, wow. Fitness, not the judges have to be accountable. Turkey, sort it out. Virtuoso, Usyk has to knock out Fury. Mr. S, bad robbery. Johnny says, effing disgraceful. This makes me hate boxing. BG London, rematch. Kelvin, rematch. Marky says, Usyk is cooked if he doesn't get a KO. S, feel like turning the card off. Yeah, I know how you feel, to be honest. You know what I mean? Simon 98, I hate this sport sometimes. Nafos, robbed him. Vegetables wife, told you. Daniel Cole had it 96-93. Kelvin, wow, Johnny got the decision. Wayne Fitness, no, you can't do that. LT, oh man, boxing sucks. S, what the fuck? That is absolutely appalling. Daniel said, yo, they robbed him. Ade, Dave had that. Casey Alarms, nah, man. Mr. S, Dave won every round from round 5, even at a 10-8-2. Marky, classic boxing. Phil Larkin, that's bad, that. Ade said, no. Jazz Funk, bull. LT, laughing out loud. Emma Willis, rubbed him bad. Emma says, wow. LT, split decision. Tone, booze, giving it the booze. Johnny Fisher is not good enough for a British title, says Anthony McKEAN. Emma Willis, split is crazy. I knew it, I was thinking, I said, they're going to make it a split, aren't they? They're going to make it a split. And then, so I think my brain started thinking in sequences. First of all, I'm thinking, oh, Dave Allen won. And then when we were approaching the scorecards, oh, they're going to make it a split, aren't they? And then when I saw the first scorecard go to Johnny, oh, you're going to get robbed, Dave. They're going to rob you. They're going to rob you. Everyone says that's bad, man, really bad. Boxer, Gangale, robbery. Casey Alarms. He says, how? Virtuoso, it's a robbery. Willa Culture, he says, Jesus, Des, dirty boxing, says Des. Marky, Usyk trembling backstage after seeing that. Harley Jerem, how can they rob Allen? One of the best moments of his career. Disgusting. LT, Usyk has to destroy Fury to get the W. Literally KO the F out of him. Dio Binuni makes an interesting rematch headline in the UK, though. Mr. Doc, I can't believe that I'm saying Dave Allen got robbed. What is even happening? Emma Willis, poor Dave. Tejas Alves, we got to watch out for the main event. Fury's the favorite in the eyes of the judges. Empathic mimicry. The zone fighter wins on PTS, a sign of things to come. Mr. S, that was a good fight as well. Glued to the seat, only for that foolishness. Anthony McKEAN said he'd retire on the back of that. That is a shocking and disgusting middle finger to the judges. Dirty thing, that. Absolutely dirty. When you do stuff like that, you spoil the card. You spoil the card for people. You spoil it. People are really enjoying the card, and then you spoil the card. Let Johnny take his L. Let him take his L. He can come back. He was in a good fight. What's the matter with you? Madness. Can't let the man take his L.
Last time. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's go. Where's Frank? Make it happen.
Mr. Excellency. Your Excellency. Make me fight with Daniel Dubois. Thank you so much.
This was not spontaneous. In my opinion, a sour-faced Frank Warren, not happy about the result, sent Daniel into the ring. Daniel tried to give it the large. I want my revenge for the robbery. And then when he saw the crowd weren't too impressed and Usyk stared blankly into his face and he ran out of bars, Where's Frank? Where's Frank? Made a fight. I want my dad. What the best pull-up ever?
Boxing
Beats and rhymes.
No one.
can do it better.
He's 19 years of age. The way he sees it right now, I'm that guy. He told Dempsey, when Dempsey suggested the fight could be a war, I don't want to be in no wars. He wants to wipe everyone out. One-sided fights. At 56, talking about myself now, I'm jaded. I forgot what it's like to think like that. I'm going back to the history books and saying, Jack Johnson, Joe Louis, Muhammad Ali, Rocky Marciano, Lennox Lewis, Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, Evander Holyfield, Mike Tyson, Tyson Fury, George Foreman, Larry Holmes, the Klitschko brothers, all had wars. That's how I'm looking at it. He's not into the history books, and he's not looking that far ahead. He's saying, f*** all that. He's 19. This is his reality. He don't want no ring wars. He's destroying everything. And Mike Tyson used to have a similar mindset. And I've noticed he's wearing the black shorts, the black boots with no socks, like Tyson. And he's been doing it for a few of his fights. He's really serious about this record, isn't it? And he's wearing that as his uniform because he sees himself breaking the record and becoming the youngest champion. So he's got the uniform and he's getting into character. I haven't seen too many young people like Moses Atoma. He's only young by age. The majority of 19-year-olds are nowhere near as mature and focused as he is.
Emma Willis, she's not impressed with Dempsey McKean. Gerard Hrgovic had to use blatant rabbit punches to stop Dempsey. Yes, he did. Yes. Moses looking a little fleshy, but that don't mean nothing. It might just mean extra power, you know what I mean? Dempsey come out in that old school guard, southpaw. Two southpaws, actually. Copping 09, Dempsey fighting like an old school Eastern European. Yeah, Dempsey chin way up in the air. Good right hand lead from Moses early. Very good lead. Oh, Moses going for that left hand, that backhand. Dempsey, what's he got for the young prospect? Has he got anything? If the footwork gap is what it looks like at the moment, Moses can win this one. Down goes Dempsey early. His legs gone everywhere. One shot. This kid is a beast, isn't it? He's an animal. Flipping now, he's going to get rid of Dempsey, man. He's going to flipping starch him. He's done, man. Dempsey's done. Whoa. Flipping now. This kid is a beast. I tell you what, highly impressive. Highly impressive. What are we looking at here? What are we looking at here? Yeah, Tone, a gully ute. Yeah. Harry Sweeting, that was crazy beats. Yeah. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Hakeem Al-Somali, Phenom. That's how you do it. It's just Tone, no petting. D. Obianuli, he's the real deal.
The first overhand left, it took Dempsey a couple of attempts to get up. He was hurt really bad. You could see the way he was looking at the referee. He tried to spoil his way through it. Then there was that right jab to the stomach. Then he seemed to fall down without a punch being thrown. The second left was horrible. He got up before the count. I don't want to say he quit, but he turned around and walked toward the ropes. He didn't want no more. And I can't say I blame him. Like he was punching through that target, getting a lot of body weight in them shots. Like his head was following through to make sure he got as much body weight on them left hands. At first, I wasn't taking it serious, the whole he's going to be youngest heavyweight champion and all that. But now, the whole idea is piquing my radar.
Boxing
Beats and rhymes.
No one
can do it better.